All right. So before we get going, I want to add some context. I want to go first on this one because I just want to let y'all know the reason why I did this. Right. Uh, so first of all, shout out to the guy. He's a football coach, and so, but he's also a former dancer. He was with MC Hammer. All right, with him his whole career. I'm talking maybe 15 years. You know what I mean? So Hammer had a nice little career. So the reason, first of all, I want to commend him, right? And he's definitely one of them people who I look at as somebody that's, somewhat of a hero in retrospective to the topic of conversation that I want to talk about. Now, when I say I'm flipping the script on the subject, right? So we just had a conversation about should rappers stop rapping at 40? And we all in agreement that no, you do what you love. This is an art. This is God given. You do what you do. Now, I want to flip the script though. The reason why I am so in awe and why this touched me so much is because one of the problems that I've seen in the hip hop community is this. And I'm talking about just in Houston. A lot of these rappers that I started off with, a lot of these rappers that got way farther than me, got way more known than me, was way bigger. They not that no more. Right? And what kills me is to see some of these rappers to this day. They are so addicted and so selfish to them, their kids and their loved ones, to where they just can't let go of this title. They won't get a job. They won't just go find something to do. Look, man, everybody had a time now, right? Look, man, if you only got so far, you only got so far. I think it's a time when you should know to let it go. You can always lay a record, but when you take it so far to the point to where you put your livelihood in jeopardy because you think you too fucking good to work because I'm MC Slaughter. Yeah, I'm MC Killerball. Like, it's just for me, someone who was that nigga, not that, but I'm saying someone who used to rap and was deep in the game. It was a career for me. I was paying bills with this shit. That was my job. It just blows my mind how some overgrown ass men just don't want to fucking grow up and just, hey, look, man, go work for the city, bro. Go get, hey, the light company has some. So I just want to know what y'all thoughts on that and expound on it, because it done got so bad and it done flooded into the new generation that where now a nigga rap, he don't even want to work because his mind on being a rapper. And it's like, hey, nigga, you gotta go get a job or something to him, a nigga. Like, shit, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to keep going with it. Y'all get my point. Who want to go first on this?
I'll jump in there. So let's first of all, let's do this here. Let's recognize the maturity level in which we're dealing with the particular person. So that's going to be your first issue right there. That person has to be mature enough to understand that the money don't come right now. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. Just like it took you time to make that project, it's going to take time for you to, collect off the project, if you will. But then the other situation we have is sometimes, and I'm going to say the bad part about us, as a panel, we look at a rapper and we tend to think that they are $1 million people and all that there, but it's a lot of them, y'all. It's a lot of them that don't get to millions. They don't make it to millions, y'all. Like the industry will have you to believe that these guys got these cars and this jewelry and these houses, and that stuff don't be theirs, y'all. Some rich man owns a lot of the stuff that they're out there claiming to be theirs. It's not theirs. Therefore, if it's not theirs, they have no value to them other than to just It's as simple as you would say a prop in a movie. That's what it is. It's a prop. It's not. It don't belong to you. It ain't real. It's a prop, and it's for you to look good at this particular moment. Once that moment gone, so is that prop. It ain't yours. It don't go with you. You can't sell it or make money. And you got a few that will have certain things. But then think about it. If you're looking at cars and stuff like that, a lot of those things don't hold value as they go on. So like unless you doing something different, and I mean there are particular moments where you might have a difference in the situation, maybe like an antique car or something like that. But if it's cars, they just certain things don't hold value, and us as people sometimes don't look to buy things that do hold value. We look for the what you would call, what I consider society wants and needs, stuff like that. I don't have that, so that's just me. I just believe that they don't understand the value of what that dollar is and how to make that dollar make money for themselves.
Got you, man. Good shit. Coach Pink. So after watching the video, and me just kind of opening up the topic of discussion. So what's your thought on rappers and them not wanting to work or whatever, and just be the man they need to be until it pays off, or just not wanting to let it go? Because again, to this day I know rappers that have enjoyed fame and or fortune, and then when it goes away, they just rot. You know what I'm saying? They keep thinking that the next song they put out is gonna get them back on. That's not funny, but damn, man, it's sad to see though. So, what's your thoughts on that? And also, we ain't here to protect nobody's feelings. This real.
Oh no, I didn't hear at first what you was talking about because I had to refresh it because I lost you. But based on what you just said right now, first I would like to say that I don't believe that rappers, before they sign on the paperwork, that they're truly educated on the possibilities, that they are not, it's not a 50-50 chance, and that may not even be a 50-50 chance that they are not going to make it all the way to the top. Some, like they was talking about, some don't make it all the way to the top, and it's a hope and a dream that you make it. It's like winning the lottery. You got to play until you make it. And when you have that mentality thinking that, hey, I don't have to do anything because I'm that nigga that's gonna make it. Because they have that mentality thinking, hey, I'm that nigga, I'm finna do it. But and that's the problem with them now, because they think they are that nigga and they gonna make it. And that's why you see so many people over here still trying to sell this, still trying to do this, still trying to do this, living at their mama basement or wherever they stay, because they are not ready to go ahead and work. It's okay to have that dream and to wish that you can make it, but at the same time, you got to have a plan B all the way to Z if you do not have the money to stabilize yourself to pay your bills. Man, because they're not properly educated to know, hey, yes, while you are working on your record to make it, there's not a chance, there's a possibility that you may not make it. So in the meantime, you still got to have a job to help pay your bills until you make that break. And there's a chance that you may not. So if they're not fully educated, they're going on a hope and a dream.
Yeah. Now, we're gonna move it to Ben, and just to add the context to it. But again, you already know what the topic of discussion is. When I think about what Coach Pink says, and I kind of reflect on it, man. Man, parenting is really a strong thing, and it's so, and it really sucks when we always have to go back to that. But if it's the reality, it is what it is. I remember my grandfather. When my mother was telling my grandfather that your grandson can rap, huh? And this was young. I was young. I was a kid, maybe 10 years old, and I'll never forget when my grandfather had asked me. He was like, "Okay, yeah," and he was like, he said, "What you want to be when you grow up?" I said, "A rap." He's like, "Okay, that's cool. Cool." He say, "What else?" I looked at him and said, "A rap." He say, "What else?" I say, "Rap." He said, "Nigga." He said, my grandfather was raw, bro. He was raw. He say, "No, you need a bag up plan, man." I'm like, Oh,
Excuse me.
like, oh. And I had to think, when I was 5, 6, 7, yeah, I wanted to be a policeman and stuff like that. But then, as you get older, it changes who you want to be. And, I was seeing police shit and I stopped wanting to be a cop. So
I always need a backup. I
in the
always need a
hood,
backup
you
plan.
see cop, they make you change your mind. Like, did he just beat this nigga up?
He
No.
did that. He did that.
But my grandfather said something that stuck with me, and he said, "Son, let me tell you something. You better." He said, "If you find more than one way to make a dollar, you'll never be broke." And that shit hit me, bro. He knew I didn't understand it then, but he knew that at some point that would hit me. And he was saying, and he also said one thing too, and then I'm gonna pass it to you, Ben. You know what he told me? He said, "Let me tell you something, son." He said, "Until you can pay bills, eat, and survive off of it, whatever you're doing is just a hobby." Fuck
That
me.
part. That part.
That nigga
Bars.
fucked me up. And I was
Yes.
on the 10. But it rolled with me all the way till I end up signing and everything. But I always knew, hey, my grandpa told me, nigga, yeah, you cool. Even when I signed, hey, look at it, nigga, don't you, nigga, see, hey. And I was in college. I was in college a year after I signed with Rap Line. You know what I'm saying? And I still stuck with school. I got my degree and everything. And shit, Jalen used to love me for that. I was like, I like this kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I remember my granddaddy Chief, he had told me before I signed, he said, look, bro, you sign this paper, you can't sell drugs, dog. So you need to stop that shit. And so I stuck to it at least for a little while. You know what I'm saying? But you feel me? But I had that heart. It was my ambition. So, but I stayed in school and I still will work and everything. I quit the job when I end up going on tour with them and stuff like that. I was eating. So, but I still always had that work ethic, bro. And I stuck to my grandpa. But anyway, I just want to put that in it. But Ben, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Yeah, bro. I guess like my perspective is you got, I guess, like three different types of those who want to rap. You got those who do it for the love of doing it, like it's in their passion, their heart to just that's how they want to, that's what they want to do. You got those who look at it as like just a hustle, a way to make money. You got those who love to do it and also see it as a hustle as well. But I think at the end of the day, it still boils. We talked about this earlier. It boils down to how do you market it? Like, what's the business side of it? Like how do you get out there? Because like it's not even necessarily all the way about the talent. If you just love to make music and express yourself, you can still you know be successful in doing it. And you just got to know how to market yourself. And I'm gonna use this as an example. And I think he's talented, but Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey sold a mixtape for like $100 and sold like 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
And he used it, he was able to flip that kind of money. And that's not all that he was doing either. So to your point, you got to have multiple streams of income. But I think people that they got a passion for it and they feel like I want to be just a rapper forever, but they don't know the business side of it, how to market themselves, how to build a following for themselves. And then you got those who don't even have a passion for it, but they know how to market it. They know how to put themselves out there and do it. So I think that if you trying to like, and here's the crazy part, you don't necessarily have to be a quote unquote millionaire to consider yourself a successful rapper. The whole point is to put your artwork out there and express yourself. To be able to relate to people how I see it. But I know some people look at it like strictly a hustle. Like, let me just wait to make some money. I know I can rap. I don't really love doing it, but it's the way I can try to make some money, and they go do that. But I think it's about how do you market yourself, the business side of it. Like I said, my homeboy, he been rapping for years. He got 20, 30 plus albums, I want to say. And he'll show from time to time how many monthly listeners that he has on I don't know if it's Spotify or Tidal, I don't know which platform. But he up in the, tens of thousands or more of monthly listeners because he know how to market himself.
Yeah.
He know how to get out there and make himself be known. That's what he loves. Like I said, I've been watching Right Rhymes since middle school. He been on it, so I know that he got a passion for it. But he learned how to market himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they would sign him and his group. They would sign with Scarface.
Yeah.
They got to do Scar back in the day, back in the gap. You probably know who I'm talking about, right? We probably talk online. I won't just mention it like that, but
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, man, I think it's about understanding the business side of it, whether your heart is in it or not. So if you're gonna jump into the game, anything that you do, you got to know how to market yourself, man. Because like I told you, Rob, when Laffy Taffy dropped, I thought myself, ain't nowhere in the world this gonna be a hit. Like, are you serious? Look what they saying. I'm like, how is this even a popular song? It was so corny to me. But everybody was jamming too. They marketed it that way.
And to this
They
day,
played
they
this
come on and the club
to
getting
this
lit.
day. If it come on in the club today, it's gonna be nostalgic now. Those of us late 30s and early 40s and 50s, it's gonna be something we remember back, 20 some years ago. We're gonna remember it like that, 20 years ago.
And the kids
Just-
love it.
and it just was marketed that way. It's corny though. Think about what they saying. It's corny. Bro, we coming right after the times of pop. We coming in the times of I think 50 Cent was around that time. What was in the 2000s, early 2000s? 50 Cent, T.I. They try come on some laughing taffy. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's
What it
marketing,
is,
bro.
it's
Okay.
catchy. And see,
Yeah.
that's
It's,
what that's what the rap game was kind of reduced to. It's
Got it.
catchy. And
it's
now it
catchy.
doesn't even hold the value that see, we value the lyrics. And I think that's what the young guys don't youngsters or whatever they YNs, whatever they call themselves, we value the lyrics. We want to hear what you're saying. We want you to talk to us. Don't just come in here mumble. I don't understand mumble, man. Come on, you got to talk. Clarify these goddamn words. I need to know what you're saying. And when Laffy Taffy came, that's when it's like y'all say, I knew it. We was going in a really bad direction. And then even Rich hit on this here when the women, I think that was Rich that said it, but when the women started dominating the industry, and no offense to any woman or nothing like that, because women are very, very talented. So I'm not saying that. But when they dominated the industry, you could kind of tell where we were going with this particular product now. It's not necessarily the same. And look at today. It is not the same.
All right, so Rich, let me ask you this, Rich. So
come on.
Like Ben say, it's all about marketing and how you market yourself and everything like that. So let me twist it a little bit. So this is the question I have for you. Let's say whatever happened in your career happened, whatever didn't happen happened, and basically the fans in the industry moves on. Your career is over because everybody's career has an end date, right? So what are your thoughts on the rappers that do get to that point and they just refuse to go back to living a normal life? Don't want to get a job. What's your thoughts on that? What's up with that? Because because you in a city where we see a lot of rappers who they just ain't got it no more. They can't sell a record and they just don't want to get a regular job or whatever. What's your thoughts on it, man?
Man, say, man, hey, I hate us sometimes, man, because we do that, man. Like we were saying earlier, man, you got to know, you got to put an expiration date on. Everything has an expiration date. You just have to stop at some point. You know what I'm trying to say? If you start rapping and your son was 2 and your first album come out, he 21, he at the club with you at the release, I think yeah. It's time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it. But it's Houston. You know what I'm saying? We in a big city. We living in a time right now where everything is messed up. It's no rules. We don't have no gatekeepers.
But I use
we don't
Houston
have no
as
OG.
because it's like that everywhere. The whole gang, the
Yeah.
whole country just
It's messed up,
even
man.
New York got more of them than anybody.
Man, I don't know what's
You
going.
got want to get a job.
But
Hey,
listen.
well, let me ask you.
Go ahead, Ben.
I'm just real quick though, because hey, I see the other side of the fence. To them, that is their job. Even if you got your own business, right? If you treat it like a job, you'll be more successful if you treat it like a job.
Right.
Instead of a hobby or just a hustle. Treat it like it's your actual job. Like you got to be your own boss, set the rules and the schedule, the daily tasks like you would do at your job. You just got to front yourself instead of the money. The money gonna come after you do the work. You know what I'm saying? So they view it as their job. I just think that people don't know how to properly market themselves and don't understand business to be successful with it.
Now I agree with you, but again, I gotta agree with Rich. That still doesn't stop the expiration date. Marketing can only do so much for some people. Some
Do
people
you think?
are over being. It
So let
ain't,
me ask
it
you.
ain't no
Let me
marketing that can save some of these niggas.
let me
Not
let me say this. Do you think so? So expiration date meaning like because we just talked about, hey, how old should you start rapping? So if somebody want to keep rapping, as long as they got the passion to do it and they understand business, how is the expiration date on it?
I agree, Ben. I agree.
okay. So
I can answer that. I can answer that. Why I said the expiration date is we're talking about the ones that's successful, that's already getting a living off their catalog and stuff. They could keep making
yeah, they
music
can do that.
because
Yeah,
they're living off of it. What
yeah,
he's talking about is the ones who not eating it, who baby mama
Okay,
talk this shit,
yeah.
who
I
life
got you.
about to get turned out and they keeping it real because they
Yeah,
just
I got you.
in the cipher. Now,
I
my
I,
nigga,
I get it
it's
too. I
time to
get it
get
now.
out the
Yeah.
That's
cipher,
what it
Yeah,
brother,
There's
is.
a
and go and get
difference.
together.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
definitely
That's
a
big
yeah,
all.
difference.
difference.
I'm just
See,
saying,
like
man.
Slim can do it because he love that he still don't eat.
Yeah.
But
Like Slim, he can keep dropping. He eating
yeah,
off of it. It
but
makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Don't
say this.
don't let them age you out the game if you already in the game.
Yeah,
But if you
yeah. I
young,
got you.
if
yeah.
you
Some
don't
of
fight
these,
with them young boys for no
yeah, some
fight.
of these cats just didn't. It didn't pan out that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And let me say this to them, because I want to give them motivation, right? We're not talking down on you, y'all. We're
No.
not. Okay? Look, I ain't look, I gotta have one double wood.
See?
Yeah, it's okay. I make good money.
See?
My kids ain't wanting for shit. I can travel whenever I want. So I guess that's my point. Like, it's life after rap.
Yeah.
It's life after acting. It's life after, sometimes some things have their season. And I'm gonna say it like this. Ronald Reagan was a popular actor. He ended up becoming the president.
Hey.
that's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
It's
Arnold
sir.
Schwarzenegger too. He went into politics.
See what I'm saying? It's greatness. If you're great, you can find greatness in more than one thing.
Hey.
You know
Donald
what I
Trump,
mean?
Well,
businessman.
so let me ask you this then, because there's a reason why people can go to their 30s or 40s and never be known for rapping, or they can reach their 40s and decide to start rapping, or they can be sticking with it for their, from adolescence up into, mature adulthood. Do you think that it's a disservice that how rappers were presented to the people as the ones who you should live up to the image, like the gold, the women, the cars, uh, the lifestyle? Do you think that's a problem? Because why don't we see that type of lifestyle for all the other types of fields of work? You know what I'm saying? Like a tradesman. Why the tradesman ain't showing his cars and when he got it too?
But
I
because
think
he
I
said,
think it's I think it was a blessing and a curse. The only problem is that our culture has seemed to be more indulgent in the curse part of it. It kind of reminds me of the Tupac syndrome, I call it, right? Now we have Pac was one of the greatest hip hop warriors of a people ever to me, right? He was an artist, a poet, a dancer, an actor. He was an activist.
Hmm.
But
yes,
look what a generation did. They took all the other shit.
Mm.
It's like, damn, why y'all took the bone instead of the meat from the nigga.
you said best rock all the time though, about
Yeah.
the culture. The thing I was with that is being we we don't want what's good for us. We want what we want. That's just what it is with that rap shit. You know what I'm trying to say? Like right
Hmm.
now, like right now, you know, it's no gatekeepers. You know what I'm trying to say? Ain't nobody to say, hey, this, that, and other. Rap, you say it every time. When we gonna stop being cool? That's where the drug dealer image came in the rap and took over. Cause we deem that's cool. the nigga with gold, the nigga selling dope, nigga wearing jewelry. That was cool. So that's why it got into rap like that. So if you wasn't this in rap, you wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? The J. Cole's, you know, the backpackers. You ain't shit. But that's where it started with the lyrics. The D boys couldn't get in a circle with them niggas because they can really rap. You know what I'm saying? We could just talk about some drug shit and they'll like it. But these dudes knew rhythm and poetry. They could beat on bongos and rap. You know, drug dealer rappers couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? We needed a boom tat and a nigga to punch us in every 30 seconds. Punch me in. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. The drug dealer. I'm telling you, that 80s going into the 90s, it took over. I'm talking about, look at it. You got Jordan, Mike Tyson, everything. It was just an explosion of blackness. And they threw that
NWA.
crack in there. NWA. Then they dropped that crack in there and messed us up, baby.
And this is what I love about when we have these conversations, because, man, it provokes such great thought from each other. You know what just blew my mind? What provoked a thought from what you said? Let me explain to y'all just how fucking powerful or how much of an atomic bomb hip hop was. And I mean in a good way, right? As far as showering down and helping the culture. This how you knew hip hop was going to save us and take us to another level so far above to where our ancestors got us that they would have been shining, crying proud of us. Hip hop made drug dealers want to be something other than that. Think about that, bro. It was the time, a period in hip hop where the rapper was the biggest thing in the world. And then gangster rap came. And then we want to be the worst. It represents the worst of culture, when at first the rapper was the best of the culture, man. We were like this, boy, and then it just went. Pew. But we know the powers that be. We get it, drug 80s. I get it, you know. But not even still, because hip hop got us out of the crack era.
Man,
see, that back when the time frame. Okay, the time frame in which you're talking about is a little different. The time frame in which we're talking about, like when the drug dealers wanted to be rappers, that's when the game was clean. That's when rap game was clean. And see what happened when you get to and see, this is, I guess I'm finna kind of veer off here, y'all, but kind of follow me. This is when your oppressor has the advantage over you, because you show them that you choosing to do this because of the value in which you think it will bring. Now we'll control the game so that I can control you. And now that's what it has kind of watered down to today. Yeah. See, the labels, they control the game because they are now telling the rappers what to rap, what to say, what message to put out there. Back then, it was about, I'm gonna tell you my story, and that was authentic. That was real. Today, you might be hearing a story, but it's so like, golly, man, like it's challenging sometimes just to hear today's rapper. So I mean, I don't know. I just feel like times are different.
You know what else I hate about the game too that hurt the game? They start letting the criminals be the rappers.
See, that's what I mean. Like if I can take a criminal, I know his mindset is not of a businessman. So I can take advantage of this person by just knowing the business side of it. See, they took that person out. See, your MC Hammers and your EPMDs and all. See, these were guys that knew the game along with knowing the actual business of it. They knew the business and the talent and the game. They knew how to do it all. Okay, I can't let them stay here because they too smart. Phase them out. I need that criminal that don't know shit. And all I can do is tell, hey, I need you to talk about stealing this and doing this and killing this and doing that. And now that's where we're at today. That's where we're at right now.
Now watch this.
Gone.
Yeah, now watch this, Quality. I want y'all to hold y'all thoughts, because what he just did, he set me up for the perfect segue. This
Hold
shit,
on, don't go there yet. Don't go there yet, Rob.
huh?
Don't go there yet, because I want to point. You may said something earlier that made me think about something.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yes, sir.
Don't
Yes, sir.
don't segue to the next topic yet.
Okay, go ahead. We'll do it after you.
All right, so it brought me back to at what point in time did the switch occur, right? Like when do we go from the fight the power, you know what I'm saying, like being like the voice of quote unquote against the system, you know, at that time, to like switching over to what we consider the cool. And I think so. This is what because I'm trying to I dated, you know, I was listening back to in my mind. So one of the coldest songs for me from Doc was Dr. Dre, and one of the coldest beats was on "Let Me Ride." That was one of the coldest songs. But on that song, remember, I think what this one of the lines that I think the switch became when he says, "There's no medallions, dreadlocks, or black fists." He was like, "It's just that gangster glare with gangster raps." That gangster glare, gangster raps, that gangster ish make a gang of snap, something like that, right?
Mhm.
To me, when you say that over and over and over again, now your mentality switches over from that black pride we've been talking about to more about the gangster lifestyle now.
Yeah.
I think that was like one of the first most popular songs at that time that made that flip.
Yep.
So now everybody idolizing that gangster. Remember, Pac came out with the Black Power when Pac came out, and he made that switch too when he got with Death Row. Remember, Me Against the World wasn't about gangster like that.
At all. Yep. Now we're gonna go to Rich, y'all, but we're gonna go to the next topic. We can go all day with this.
Yeah, no,
Rich, you want to respond?
I'm gonna be too long winded. Go on, go to the next one. I'm gonna be good because
Okay.
That's honesty at
I
its
got a lot
best.
to add
That's
on that.
honesty
Yeah,
at
yeah,
his best, goddamn. Hey,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
So
know
I'm big
what's
on
going
Rich.
on, but
Yeah,
Rich,
this
Rich
Rich, Rich, no, Rich is gonna talk about that.
goddamn it, you
Motherfucker.
two, we growing, goddamn.
We
Hey,
growing,
hey, hey.
goddamn.
Now
Rich said
parlay
long with it. Let's go. Let's go.
Mute your mics, man.